Hello, hello, hello. How's everyone doing? Welcome to our partner huddle, everybody. I see y'all coming in the chat. If you are here, let us know you're here. Let us know where you're tuning in from. We'd love to see it. We have Carly from Maryland here. Well, Buttermont, Biscuit, and call me a Texan. We got Natalie Frank here. We have Lucy Miller from Ohio. Hello, everyone. It's so good to see you all virtually. We have Diana here. Diana, I hope you got that corn snack going today. Grab your snacks, get ready. We are so excited. Oh, our very own Maddie Levy's here. We're so excited to get going with you all today. If we haven't met yet, my name is Joanna Waterfall. I am the Partnerships and Community Senior Manager here at Flowdesk. And we today have a treat for you all. You all, because you are our partners, are the first to hear about our brand new pricing. We're going to dive all into it today, and we have the best of the best to be talking to you about it today. But first off, I want to let you all know a few logistics. We are going to have Q&A at the end of this time. So if you have questions, don't put them in the chat. We don't want them to get lost, okay? Put them down here at the bottom. You'll see a little area that says Q&A. At the end, we're going to have plenty of time for questions, okay? So put your questions in there. You can write them in as they come, and we will get to those at the end. I think that's really it. I think that was the main thing, all right? So I am going to hand the mic over to our incredible head of marketing, Natalie Frank. Everyone, give her a virtual round of applause here.
Thank you, Joe. Thank you, everybody. I'm so excited to be here. And for anyone that didn't get the butter my biscuit joke, I highly recommend taking a peek at our mockumentary. Shout out to Maddie Levy, our social media manager, who is having a lot of fun on social. And all of us have embarrassed ourselves for the cause. So definitely recommend going and checking that out. Before we jump into the webinar, I do also just want to take a moment to highlight two other extraordinary human beings that are on this call alongside Joe and myself. We have Vanity Scott, who is here. Many of you know Vanity. You've chatted with her in the inbox. She supported so many of you through your onboarding experience. If you ever truly need anything, Vanity is just an email away. She's exceptional. We're so grateful, Vanity, to have you on the team. And last but certainly not least, the one, the only, the fearless co-founder, Rebecca, who is, if you love Flowdesk because of our exceptional design and simplicity that is powerful and beautiful, she gets an immense amount of credit for that. Flowdesk, for those who don't know, was her initial vision in a notebook out when Martha, Rebecca, and myself were all living out in San Francisco. She came to us with this idea for what if email marketing could truly look exactly like this? What if I could put the power that the billion-dollar brands have into the pocket of small business owners? And it's been a massive team effort ever since. So Rebecca, thank you so much for joining. Also, I know these slides are a little rough draft. They're not as on brand, Rebecca, as I normally show up. So forgive me if I'm sweating profusely by having you on the call. And if everyone who's in the chat, make sure you're just, mention how beautiful the slides look, even though they are true Google slide templates and not normally what we'd put out into the world. Okay. We really do. When we say we bring you all along for the journey and actually are bringing you in with us as we're, developing this pricing and going through this process, we actually mean it. Like these aren't, you'll see as we dive in. You'll see as we dive in. But Rebecca, thanks for being here and just for everything that you've done for this community. I love when we jump into Q&A, I might pass the mic to you and let you hop in and answer, but I'll power through the slides for folks that I know have a tight timeline. And then anyone who can hang with us, we have plenty of time for Q&A. So with that, drum roll, there are 20 days left until unlimited pricing is gone forever. I'm not saying we're counting down to the hour and the minute over here at Flowdesk HQ, but we are. We are running around doing everything we can to prepare and to equip all of you with the information you need to support your communities. But before we even talk about new pricing and unlimited, I have to say thank you again. I know it was our opening slide. I have to say thank you again. All of you have been extraordinary in helping to share this message, make sure that the communities that you serve and you lead and you support know what we are doing, are able to take advantage of this last opportunity to lock in unlimited. I cannot say thank you enough. All of us, I hope you see us like jumping in, liking your posts, reposting your threads. I mean, truly, like this whole team here and folks that aren't even on this call, we are rallying and cheering you on and just truly are so appreciative of all the time that you are putting in to your content, to sharing with your communities, to getting those referrals. I love every time I see all of you popping off with wins and referrals and trialers coming in. We're like little cheerleaders over here with giant pom-poms rooting for you. So thank you so, so much. This content is amazing. And also Cassidy, is Cassidy on the call? Maybe. I haven't been reading the chat. If you are, I tried really hard to grab the best screenshot of your reel that I could. Still be my friend, okay? It was phenomenal, and I had to include it in the mashup. But I figured you might give me a hard time. Okay. All right. Let's keep moving forward. So the last day for new Flowdesk members to lock in unlimited emails and unlimited subscribers for as long as they choose to keep their plan is December 1st. What's important to kind of call out and remind everyone here is that if you are a paid member, by December 1st, you're locked in. You will not lose unlimited emails and subscribers for as long as you choose to keep that plan. Now, one area that we are clarifying, and you're going to see us clarifying more clearly, because we did get some feedback from folks saying, oh, wait, I didn't realize changing your plan included, upgrading and downgrading from checkout, but it does. So I want to call that out. So the goal here is to make sure that no one misses out on this opportunity to lock in unlimited emails and unlimited subscribers for the plan that is going to best suit their business. If that is the plan with e-commerce, please lock this in now. It will, like, truly, this is the best opportunity at the best price that folks will have access to. If it's just email for today, lock that in, right? It's truly whatever best serves you, your business, and the same for your audiences. We want to make sure that that is super clear. So changing the plan, you can do it. You're not locked in from the standpoint of you can never pick a different plan. It's not what we mean. So I also want to be clear on that. What it means is you will always be able to choose whatever plan best serves your business from what we are currently offering. So starting on December 2nd, if any of you want to change your plan, you can, but that does mean sunsetting unlimited emails and subscribers. So I want to make sure that that is clear. And if there are questions on that, I'm happy to answer them at the Q&A. Make sure you drop them in that Q&A. We can zero in and get as clear and specific as needed. But that felt like just an important call out to add as well. And you'll start to see updates going out if they haven't already gone out on our landing page with the new pricing in the next few days and clarifications on this. So calling that out. But the real kind of core here is that we really want to honor all of you and everyone who has been with us from the beginning. So although prices are changing for new members, nothing is changing for you. You get to lock that in for as long as you choose to keep your plan. All right. But Nat, what about the new pricing? What are we moving to? What is this going to look like? So before I show you a visual overview of the new pricing, I want to call attention to a couple quick things. So the first is after having sort of two core plans for the majority of our time at Flowdesk, an email plan and a commerce plan, which includes checkout, we are keeping those plans. So we will continue to have an email plan that mirrors our current email plan today, obviously with changes around tiering for subscribers. We'll talk about that in a second. And a commerce plan that includes email and checkout, right? And everything that we have to offer in one plan. Now, what is changing though is the price. And we're going from, and I'm going to use annual prices, and I'll show you a visual so you can everyone can clock it in. We're going to use annual prices here. We're going from $35 a month, I believe. Wait, I'll flip it over. Here we go. Yes, to $25 a month on our Pro plan and $59 a month to $49 a month on our Everything plan. Yes, that means the anchors for these plans are actually going down, not up. What's also important to note is that based on an immense amount of feedback from so many of you, we are also creating a entry level, very accessible light plan for $19 that will help folks who are truly just getting started, truly like just dipping their toe in the waters of email marketing to be able to experience the power of Flowdesk and do it in a way that we really believe will allow them to move into the pro plan. Because frankly, there's a $6 difference between light and pro. Pro is a no brainer. We know based on every bit of research that we've done that pro will ultimately be our most popular plan, likely rivaled by either everything or light. That's still to be determined. But we wanted to create a place for people to land that really gets them in the door. And so many of you have emphasized that. You're like, look, if I could just get them in the door, get them to start sending Flowdesk emails, they're bought in for life. They will see the value, they will see the power of this platform. And we really wanted to give you the tool to be able to offer that to your community. So, what this means is you're looking at a new spread of pricing that is both more accessible and really allows our community to grow alongside the value that we're offering to them. Those rates will correspond to what ROI they're getting from Flowdesk. And so it is a win-win for everyone all around. I will just quick call outs on this. So one, as I mentioned, these reflect the annual, right? The annual amounts on a monthly basis. If you know from our pricing page now, we have both monthly and annual plans. This reflects the annual plan. Also, subscriber limits are based on active subscribers only. This is an important call out. I know if you see 1,000, you go, oh no, does that include, like if it starts at 1,000, that's that first tier. Does that include any contact I've ever had, active and inactive? And the answer is no. It only includes your active subscribers. So if you have an active subscriber account, our active subscriber count, 1,000 or below, you're looking at the monthly rate right now. Now, these rates will increase in tiers as that list grows. Those numbers we're fairly certain we've zeroed in on the final numbers. I meant it when I said you're getting in here on an honest to goodness rough draft of like that we're so close to having everything final. But that was the one component where things might move a tiny bit. So I didn't want to just throw the tiers out here and share it with you. What I can say in confidence and confidentiality within our circle of trust is that as we're looking at how things will tier up beyond that 1,000 subscriber initial tier, we want to be priced incredibly competitively and slightly below many of the, or I shall say, the biggest competitor that is often brought up in face-to-face competitive comparison combat with us. Our goal is to offer a better deal. That's where we're at. It'll be slight, but that is where we're trying to get these pricing tiers to be. Yes, I know, LaShonda, I didn't say it, you said it, but we really want this to be a no-brainer. Regardless of where you are in your journey, if you're just starting your list, if you're growing your list, our hope is as you monetize your list and you start to experience the power that we have at every stage, you get to stay with Flowdesk and you grow with us. And many of you have seen, or especially over the last year, the integrations we've been launching, the features we've been churning out. We've been hustling. This product team, y'all, behind the scenes, has been hustling so hard to make sure that no one outgrows this platform, that you grow with us as your business grows, and that we honor that. So if there are questions, go ahead and drop those in the Q&A. But couple last kind of call out that I have here. I lied, two more call outs. The first is that the light plan will max out at 25K subscribers. So we've talked about this a lot internally. I don't anticipate that being much of an issue. If you have 25,000 subscribers, you need to be in pro anyway. Like you're going to need that capability. But that is important because that is like a very specific limit that we're going to build in because we want to make sure that if you actually have that many subscribers, you're able to be leveraging workflows and automations and just making sure that the product's really driving the ROI that you deserve. Additionally, though, you'll notice in the light plan and in the pro plan, we're including one workflow for a limited time bonus in light and one checkout for a limited time in pro. Okay, I know there will be questions around this. So let me give you the best explanation that I can. When these plans were initially laid out for the first time, we realized that light, the whole goal in light is to give someone the opportunity to start with us that maybe at the current pricing tiers of $35 a month, that's just out of budget for right now. We want to get them in the door. We know the value that we offer and we can provide them. However, we also acknowledge that they're going to want to send a freebie. They're going to want to be able to deliver a lead magnet or something of value to their audience immediately upon subscribing to the list. And that's a huge catalyst for the growth that's going to make that jump to pro an absolute no-brainer. So We want to ensure that we include that workflow so they can experience it and also acknowledge that, okay, wow, if they can use multiple workflows, it makes total sense just to spend the extra $6 a month and their list growth is going to continue to skyrocket. And the same can be said for checkout. We have seen the power of folks that explore checkout. We actually, as you know, based on your feedback, made it accessible for our community that has the email only plan to play around with checkout during this bye unlimited time frame. In that, we have seen a lot of people explore checkout for the first time and start rapidly monetizing. In a way that they never would have experienced before because it simply wasn't something they had access to after their free trial. And so we don't want that to be the reason that if you are in pro, you are not able to monetize quickly and throw up a checkout page that can help you to pay for your entire year of email marketing potentially in a couple of minutes by launching a product. It is so seamless. And for those who use checkout, you love checkout. We know that. We hear that from you. So we want to make sure we're sprinkling in some of that value earlier on and offering it. Now, it says limited time. I know someone's going to ask, how long is limited? What does that mean? My honest answer to you is I do not know. I do not know. All of this is our best, like what we're trying to offer is the best that we can to learn. And from those learnings, we'll make adjustments, but our goal will always be to show up and offer more value as we make adjustments, right? So for right now, we want to say limited because we don't want to promise something that maybe in the future we see doesn't actually add value, or maybe there's something else that folks want, or maybe we even offer more and we go above and beyond and we change the structure. But this felt like a really phenomenal place to start to provide value, to create accessibility, and to create plans that allow you to scale with your business. Okay. So what does this mean for partners? What's going to happen with discounts? What's going to happen with commissions? This is something that we have chatted with a very small handful of you separately to get your feedback on, and everyone has been resoundingly ecstatic. I'll explain why if it's not immediately obvious, but resoundingly ecstatic at this particular change. So starting December 2nd, here's what you need to know. We're moving from you offering 50% off to your audience to 25% off their first year of Flowdesk. However, your commission of 50% remains the same. So that is unchanged. For that first year, you have the ability to earn 50% on what your referrals are paying into Flowdesk. Let's talk about the implications of this specifically. Okay. So this means that your potential earnings just got an upgrade. And here is why. So for the first time ever, you are no longer limited by merely the number of referrals that come through the door. In the past, every referral equaled the exact same amount of commission. And so it was a numbers game. Now it is a quality opportunity. The more quality that you bring, the higher those commissions. And so the bigger the list is that you refer, the bigger your potential commission on that referral can be. So if you bring everyone in at $1,000, you just looked at the minimum, right? Like that's, and you'll see it in a second, that's sort of where to land, but that is just where it starts. As you bring in folks with larger lists, or if we move to number 3, which I'll get to in a second, actually, let's jump to number 3 now. I'm getting ahead of myself because I'm excited. If someone you refer upgrades their plan or grows their subscriber count and jumps into a new tier because they're learning from you, they're gaining value from you, they're in your community, they're in your membership, they're following your advice, which our hypothesis is that they will. They're going to grow much faster than just say someone without the support of having a partner in their corner. You are going to have commission that grows alongside that. So you're not capped at 50% for the first year on whatever they come through the door with. Your commission will match what they are paying Flowdesk. This is an earnest win-win built on integrity. So as someone grows their list, if they start with 1,000, but all of a sudden they are, dropping lead magnets, say upgrade to pro, now they're at 10,000. You're literally going to see that one particular referrals commission increase as they succeed more and more on Flowdesk. That is a big freaking deal. And that gets me really excited. It's just an advocate for all of you. Additionally, with discounts moving from 50% to 25% off the first year, the reality is that your customers are still going to get an incredible deal. 25% off is the industry standard in so many instances. And when we did the research, we even got some feedback that 50% is just really high. And it really causes like 2 quick things. It cuts into essentially your potential earnings, especially when we do have a lighter, more accessible plan. It also creates a shock factor for folks when they hit the 1 year mark and their monthly prices double. And it doesn't create the earnest experience that I just genuinely want them to have. I don't want them to be like having that sticker shock moment at the 1 year mark. I want this to feel like an accessible increase when they get to that point in their subscriber journey with Flowdesk. And so, for all in all, it creates a better experience for them and a better commission opportunity for you as we move forward. I know I'm not looking at the chat right now, but let's actually talk numbers. For those of you who are quantitative brains, what am I? I'm saying you could earn more. What does this actually mean? So these numbers are based on what we anticipate the ramp up is going to be with those tiers. As I mentioned, these numbers could shift a little bit. Okay. There is a potential they could move, not by a lot, but I do want to make sure I'm very clear that these are nearly final. Okay. We're bringing you all in on the rough draft stage. But if somebody, let's say, signs up for our pro plan on an annual subscription and they have 1,000 subscribers, that's $9 a month for that one win, which over the course of the year is $108 for that referral if they stay with Flowdesk for the year. But let's imagine that person with 1,000 subscribers immediately grows their list, starts growing like crazy, right? They go to 5,000 and suddenly that commission jumps from $9 to $20. Or if they go to 10,000, from $20 to $27. And you can rapidly see how that annual commission number increases significantly as they grow their list by getting that value from being in your orbit and your ecosystem. I did just see one comment. You're going to be obnoxious about sharing. That's our hope. I'll say one last thing before I go over to the everything plan, which is where these numbers get even bigger and more exciting. When Joanna and I were working initially on this partner program a year and a half ago, I said to Joanna, our vision is to create a partner community that is such a no-brainer, that we show up and we serve you all so well that you can't wait to ecstatically talk about what we're offering, that it's truly something that honors all the hard work you put into your communities. And my hope is that this gets us closer by giving you all more of an opportunity to earn when you're referring Flowdesk. And as I said, like commissions above already take into account the 25% discount. So this is like the take home commission, right? After they're getting that discount on the pricing as it rises by tiers. All right, this is the pro plan. This is the plan, by the way, that we anticipate. The data will be the data at the end of the day, but this is what we anticipate will be our most popular plan. However, we also anticipate that we'll continue investing pretty heavily into checkout and e-commerce capabilities here at Flowdesk. We've been doing it. We're going to continue to do it. We're very excited about this prospect. And that plan is one that I know a lot of you do sell quite a bit, and you refer quite a bit because you work with industry types where checkout is truly just such an easy way to quickly have people test out concepts, earn revenue, you name it. And so in that instance, if you are referring folks more often to our commerce plan that includes checkout, that is now going to be called the everything plan, and someone signs up on an annual subscription, the numbers right here, if they start at that 1,000 mark, we're talking about $18 a month, which is $216 a year. But if you also are sharing this with folks that have much more established lists that are generating, a lot of revenue through checkout, they're loving the platform and they're hanging in there. We're talking about the potential when we hit that 25,000 subscriber mark of $1,000 a year on one referral. So just let that sink in. One referral. This gets so exciting. And sorry if I'm acting a little geeky and giddy. It's just we've been in the numbers and we've been looking forward to sharing this with all of you because this just feels like such an incredible step forward for this partner program. Oh, wait, I'm about to spoil the exciting bonus. Okay, with this, we'll do Q&A just a minute. Take a quick peek. My ask again, please keep this confidential. I know most companies would not share this until things are final or until things are completely on brand. Rebecca, please still adore us over here. This is like a true Google Sheet template, but we do things differently here at Flowdesk in how we change prices and how we move forward with new models, and ultimately too with how we really want you all involved. And so my one little disclaimer here as well is we'll go through Q&A in a second. If you have questions that are more specific to your particular business or that you prefer just to ask us privately, my email is open. So my email is just natalie@flowdesk.com. You can email me 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Some of you know I have a 10-month-old. I'm genuinely awake at all hours of the day. If you need something, you can always reach out, but especially if you have a question. If something came up and you're like, I wonder, and if you don't feel comfortable asking publicly, your question still deserves to be answered. Please send me an email. I will make sure that we do our best to answer that question for you. All right. Now let's talk about a little extra something exciting. Now, we know that a lot of you have been wanting to create content about Flowdesk. We've released a lot of new integrations. We've released a lot of new features. We're also changing that percentage discount, and we acknowledge that that's going to come with a need to update some of your content. And I thank you in advance for that. I really do. I know the work that that's going to take, and we really truly are grateful to all of you. So what we would love to do to make this a little bit easier and a little bit sweeter is to do a content campaign where we support you all as you're creating this content and as you're creating something new around what you can offer in terms of discount and what we've released and why you really believe that Flowdesk is the best fit for your audiences. We'd love to offer you a $250 bonus for creating that content early in December. It'll be immediately following pricing change. We have the ability to offer this to 200 of you who are interested in taking advantage. For anyone that's done this in the past, we get budget and we have like a limited number we can do. And once we send that email, it will be first come, first serve for you to raise your hand, read the requirements, do that gut check. If this makes sense to write this content right now at this moment in your business, if it does, take advantage of this, send us the email. All the details will be in that email for you to say, hey, I want the bonus. Because as a reminder, you also earn affiliate income on that post. This isn't a post where you won't have your link. We want your link. We're basically just saying thank you by adding a little additional revenue to the pile out of respect for the time it takes to create this incredible content. So she just said, keep an eye on your inbox for after this call. So if you're interested, kind of be monitoring that inbox, first come, first serve. If for some reason we move really quickly on the first 200, like that we have allocated for, still email, still let us know you're interested. And what I chatted with Joanna about is we can create like a side wait list in case folks aren't able to fulfill creating the content in time, or if we're able to brainstorm other ways to support you in the upcoming weeks and months, we'll have your name at the top of the list for having raised your hand for interest. Okay, so we really want to honor all of you in this. So keep an eye on your inbox for more details. Diana's ready to rock and roll. Look at her. She's already, I know. You don't have to start refreshing yet. I promise. It's not going to go out just yet. Rachel, I love that you took part in this. We love being able to offer this to all of you. We really do. And your content, when I tell you it gets shared around this company, like there is not a single soul that works here that has not seen all of your blogs. We make sure of that. So, and your YouTubes, because this also includes YouTube. So more to come on that. Stay tuned in the inbox. We're really grateful for you, immensely so, immensely, immensely so. And I would love to open the floor for questions and stop sharing. Let's see. Awesome. Love the chat here. Okay, fantastic. All right. All right, let me go ahead and I'm going to start off here with Diana's question. And Joe, if I get stuck, I might pass to you to help me, but actually I think I can probably run through it. So Diana asks, is your subscriber count based on active or all? As a recap, it's based on active. Great question. No, it's good because Diana, someone might have hopped in later. I'm going to still answer it. And I get to hit this little button that says answer live. It makes me feel organized and important here. Okay. Will people have the ability to create and offer templates on all new plans? This is a fantastic question, Moore. My gut says yes. Joanne, I'm looking at you though. Do you know the answer to this specific question?
The only one I'm not positive on is the free plan, but on the other plans,
Correct.
all the paid plans, yes, 100%.
Yes. Okay, so yes, I agree. So as we didn't even talk about the free plan, just as a reminder, folks, forms are free on Flowdesk. Nothing changes there. Forms have always been free. Thank you so much, Dawn, for confirming that and checking on it for us. When you hear back, will you just give us an update in the chat? I appreciate you so much. I agree. I think it's probably going to be one of those scenarios where as long as it's a paid plan, you should be good to go. However, we do also have a free plan, which we didn't talk about, but as many of you know, forms are free. Always have been, will continue to be. That way, if someone really just wants to start their list but isn't even ready to start sending emails, there is no excuse. Create your Flowdesk account, start putting your forms up. When you're ready to send, you can sign up for Light Pro or everything. All right, and we'll get updates on that there. Okay, let's see. Is this pricing listed as per month right now from Laura Stevens? So the pricing, as you saw on the screen, is yes, per month pricing on an annual plan subscription. So that means they sign up for an annual plan. That's what it breaks down to month over month, if that makes sense. When you purchase an annual plan, it's the best value as opposed to going month to month. And for comparison, if you want, you can go to our pricing page now and just toggle between monthly and annual and see how that's reflected currently. I hope that answers your question, Laura. If it doesn't, though, also just let me know. All right, let's see. Yeah, so Rachel asks, how are the 1,000 active subscribers defined? How does this work with accounts that have many more, I'm thinking about than that overall? Okay, so this is a great question. The subscribers are active, meaning they are listed as active in your account. You are able to send to them. Okay, so that's like a very specific designation within your Flowdesk account. And Dawn may even be able to give more detail on that, but as I understand it, it is a specific designation that says active. Now, how will this work with accounts that have more than 1,000? Great question. And I'll add a little bit of additional insight into my answer here in just a second. We anticipate that a lot of people will move between tiers. That's natural. List size, ebbs and flows, it grows, and what have you. Let's say you have 1,000 subscribers when you sign up, or 999 subscribers, 1,000 subscribers when you sign up on December 2nd. Okay. And so you're placed in that first tier. You fast forward, you get your lead magnet in, and boom, you hop into a new category by getting 10 new subscribers. You're going to go up a tier to another level of pricing. We worked incredibly hard behind the scenes to make sure that a few things happen. One, that we over communicate. So we never want anyone to pay for subscribers they're not actively sending to. That is the opposite of our intent. So once you go over, even as you're approaching going over, before you've surpassed your limit, we're going to send emails and let you know, hey, you're approaching your limit. Okay, you've reached your limit. Once you reach your limit, here are the next steps. If you want to clean your list, here's a really easy way to do it so that if you have subscribers that you don't want to continue to have in your active, subscriber count, you can easily clean that list, which, as we all know, if you've been following Dawn over the last several months, deliverability loves a clean list. So it's not only helping to keep their rate down when they clean that list, but it's also improving their deliverability so that their open rates remain high, their sender reputation remains strong. And so it really is a long-term win-win for our community. But in reality, as they move up tier, they will get notified. They can clean their list if they want to try to get back to a previous tier that they were on. But nothing will shut off. Like, their workflows are not going to shut off once they go over. They won't be billed on like their future tiering until the following cycle. So we've really created a flow that we hope is overly communicative, incredibly generous and supportive, and also just keeps in mind that our goal here is we only want them paying for subscribers they're actively sending to. We want them to be cleaning their list. We know this is going to incentivize really good email marketing practices, and so it's a win-win for everybody. And I'm laughing at you, Diana, because I'm also eldest daughter. I'm Enneagram 3. I feel that. I know. Okay. Let's see. How will our free trials be impacted by the pricing change? Great question, LaShonda. I might pause on this one because I have a gut intuition on how to respond. However, I want to verify. Joe or Dawn? Dawn, will you verify this for me? Because I would love to get you this answer, LaShonda, on the call. And if not, we can follow up. But the reality is that on December 2nd, so after December 1st, if anyone goes to sign up, they are signing up on new pricing. So they are signing up on our new plans. And I believe commission rates follow that. Joe, do you know if that's true? Are commission rates tied to win or trial? I believe everything's tied to win.
Yes. So
Okay, good.
your customer, the member that you've referred, has to be paid by December 1st, before December 2nd, in order to get the commission for the unlimited plan. If they
Oh, I see what you're
pay
saying, LaShonda.
after December 1st, then they will have to select the new plan. So even if they start their free trial on November 28th, they have to be paid by November 1st for you to get that commission for that unlimited trial or unlimited win. Does that make sense?
Yes, correct.
Okay.
Yes. Good. Thank you so much. And LaShonda, I also just read you asked about the length of the free trial. I believe it's a 14-day free trial, but we will confirm. Good. Okay. Yes, we can confirm that for you, but I believe trial length will stay the same. Great. Okay. Look at Devin hopping in here. So for folks who don't know, Devin is working on all of our integrations. We've released an integration, ManyChat, Canva, Thrive Cart that you've loved. Devin is very much to credit alongside our amazing engineering and product team. She's always hustling in the background and she reads all of your feedback. So whenever you are asking and upvoting integrations, know that she lives on Frill and she's always listening and then out there meeting as many people as she can to help make them happen. So shout out to that. And I know, Darren, I know. Adobe Express, I know. I think she's working on it. I think she's working on it. Okay, let's, oh my goodness. Answering the next one live. Could Flowdesk host a webinar about growing light with a signature freebie as a way to educate newbies? I love that. I'm going to pass that along to Dawn to take into consideration for future content. It's genius. Thank you so much. I think we should absolutely consider that. Let's go ahead. Diana, do existing referrals stay on the old structure or will those get updated? This is a great question. Okay, so wins that occur before December 1st, December 1st and before are on today's structure. So they're locked into unlimited. That rate remains locked in. Your commission on that rate remains locked in. Starting December 2nd, that is when everything changes. Okay. So I hope that makes sense and clarifies. Happy to go into more detail. If not, I feel like we've touched on it a couple times, but I'm hoping that answered the initial question there. More ask, can you please disclose what the monthly is for each tier? As soon as we have it final, I think we'll be comfortable sharing with you. The truth is, it could move a couple dollars here or there. And we made the call before this to not put it up because we're really trying to make sure that what we share with you is as close to what it will be on December 2nd as humanly possible. And that one might still shift around a little bit. That's just my earnest answer. As we get closer, we'll explore maybe getting that over to you. But what I can say is it's competitive and priced currently slightly below our other top competitors. So if you're doing an apples to apples, which we know it's not, we're not an apple. I don't know what we are, Rebecca. What is our fruit? What is our brand fruit? If anyone has an idea, drop that one in the chat. We can adopt a new mascot, Maddie. Actually, I should give you no ideas, Maddie, but we're a pomegranate. We're a kiwi. I don't know what we are. A dragon fruit. Love that some of you look at that. I love some of these. I don't even a quince. Is that how you say that? Someone's going to tease me that I don't know how to pronounce that fruit. Yes, I'm going to have to try that. A peach. Oh, please. I love peaches. Anyway, that's my hope is that you'll be able to kind of, have a very clear way to articulate the value and that we're trying really hard to make this as accessible as possible. When we shared that during the pricing change update, we really genuinely meant it. As we, continue to move forward, our hope will always be to bring that value back to the small business, the smallest of small business. And that's partially too what drove this change. So, more to come on that as soon as we know more. I'm laughing, Laura. Ignore my question. No worries. And someone asking about the monthly price point for the new structure. Again, we'll share hopefully before, but if not before, it's truly just because we're working down to the minute right now to get all of this buttoned up for you. Are we able to add, okay, hold on, sorry. Are we able to add segments into workflows instead of subscribers only instead of pausing and republishing the workflow live? I don't believe so. But Dawn, that might be one that we need to clarify for you. I think it's based on that active subscriber count as opposed to a segment that, let's say, you actively send to, as opposed to other segments. It's going to be, a full active subscriber count. But Dawn, can we get back to back on that one? Maybe. Yes. Thank you. All right. This is a good question, Isabel. Okay. So Isabel asks, the 25% off for a year, is that something only partners can give people, or can anyone give like the current 50%? Great question. So we are moving away from the 50% discount altogether. Currently, as we have it planned, 25% is the new what was 50. So that means partners can offer 25, affiliates can offer 25, and our internal, we have like one internal discount that we use as part of a nurture flow. It's now also dropped to 25. So that will be the same across the board. That being said, I do want to speak to the fact that we have every intention to explore ways to sweeten the deal that partners get to offer. We haven't had the product resourcing to dive into that more. I know many of you have suggested a multitude of potential opportunities from, different length of time on a trial to different types of access or resourcing. the answer today is it's 25 across the board. But I do want you to know that we are having conversations behind the scenes. And as we move forward and we get this one big change out there into the world, our desire will always be to explore ways that we can make sure our partners are set up for success. And so right now, you're not going to see affiliates offering 50% or Flowdesk out there offering 50% in our nurture flow. It will be 25 across the board. And I know, LaShonda, I know. It's something that a lot of you have brought up, and it's not a no. It's just a know that we have it as something we want to continue to explore, among other things. Okay. So appreciate all of you who have brought that up. And I know there are many of you. Let's see this. Offering a free trial. Yes, absolutely. 14-day free trial and forms remain free. Carly. Awesome. Rachel asks, is it up to the account holder to move between tiers or do they automatically move when they hit requirements? Great question. So Rachel, this was a decision that we made. People will automatically move. The opposite option was that everything would get shut off until they manually decided to move forward. And in honestly having conversations with a lot of our partners and our members, they panicked at the thought of any in particular workflow getting turned off if they went over by one subscriber on a tier. And it just creates an immense amount of friction that we want to avoid. So what we're going to do is have it be as seamless and hands-free as possible. It will, like, as you grow your list, we will make sure that you are, again, communicated to in abundance, given opportunities to clean that list. If you want to try to get back into the prior subscriber count, as I said, we don't want you paying for subscribers you're not benefiting, right, from sending to. That's great for deliverability as well. So it's a win-win across the board. But we also don't want any disruption to your service. So yes, it will automatically move as your list grows, and you will have ample opportunity, if you want to clean that list, to stay into the tier that matches with you. And Courtney saying with pricing that is close together, yes. And the tiers are, again, like, that's why we're really trying to finesse everything down to the dollar, because we don't want it to feel jarring. We want you to feel like each step is taken with time for you to process and intention. And that way you have control. And that's really what we want to make sure every member of Flowdesk has, is control over their list, control over, the monthly fee that they're paying, and that they're ultimately getting the value along the way. Okay, Joe, how am I doing on time? Am I going to get bumped? Have
No,
I gone
you're
over?
doing good. You're doing good. We got about 15 minutes left here. You can use
Okay.
it as you like. We also brought Dawn on if in case there are
Yes.
any questions that our incredible
Feel free to
product
come off.
education manager can answer.
I know she's really the one y'all want to hear from. I'm not going to lie to you. She's the one I go to when I have my questions. Her and Rebecca both. I'm always pinging them at odd hours of the day and night with questions here. So, Diana asked about content. When we'll have content available for you to use. I'm assuming you mean based on like the new pricing, or for the content generation campaign. That's included in the email. Joanna and Team Vanity have been working really hard in creating all of that swipe copy that we love to equip you with, including, by the way, SEO resources. And for those of you who've been asking, some tips around LLM search optimization and AEO. We know some of you are populating in ChatGPT and getting incredible numbers of referrals as a result. So also think of this as that opportunity to start positioning your content to be picked up by those LLM models, because yes, that is becoming a future way that folks are learning about AEO or learning about products through AEO. So we're learning about it alongside you and your businesses. And I think we've included just some great tips in that. And hopefully that helps as well for you all as you're hoping to get your content cited by these LLMs. I'm so old, I want to call it indexed, but that's SEO. We now use the term cited. So if you catch me using old terms, you can definitely make fun of me for it. Okay. And sorry, I didn't hit the answer live on that one. Dawn, do you want to clarify about the templates and what plans can share templates?
Yeah, so on the light plan, so the plan that does not include a checkout, you are only able to share templates for emails, forms, and workflows. You are
Okay.
not able to share checkout templates. However, if you're on the pro plan, you will also be able to share checkout templates as well.
That's fantastic. You know what? I would love, if that is not currently in, as a call out to my team, if that clarification is not currently in our partner success kit, I would love to make sure it's somewhere, so that folks have that visibility and they know what they can have the template feature and functionality for. But that's fantastic. So if they're in pro, they'll be able to do email templates and checkout templates. If they're in Light, they can do workflow, email, and forms. And obviously in Pro, you can do the ones in Light as well. Great. Okay. Thank you, Dawn. I appreciate you grabbing that. I appreciate you grabbing that info for us. Karen asks, with the sharing of workflows, is that included in prior to the pricing change? Do you mean the ability to share workflows on a current unlimited plan? Yes. So, Dawn, that is available today, correct? Have at it. Share those workflows. Yes. I mean, you can sell them too. For folks who don't know, we have a lot of folks that have a lot of success selling Flowdesk templates. It's entire businesses that are just based on selling Flowdesk templates to do six and plus figures. So please, please, please know the value that you bring when you construct those workflows. Fantastic. Dawn, this is a good hot topic here from Ashley. I'm going to put you on the spot. Do you know if will ever be a day where we have automatic list cleaning for bounced emails? Do you know? Is that on anyone's radar for the future?
For bounced emails, so we already clean users who bounce, who hard bounce. Now, something that we are working on right now is a lot of deliverability analytics, and that also means exposing bounces and what they actually are, and
Correct.
also the difference between a soft and a hard bounce. So we're going to be bringing more info to you so you can decide what to do with those users.
Fantastic. Thank you for that. I will say too, I know deliverability and tools to support you in your deliverability are top of mind for Rebecca and Leeman and our full product team and engineering team for next year. So expect much more to come in that arena. Okay, go. I love this one. Can we share a bit about what is coming as far as e-commerce? Just a general idea.
Is that for
Dawn,
me?
I'm looking at you. I mean, I know that we do have a lot of exciting things that are in the immediate pipeline. And if you
Immediate
go to
pipeline, yeah.
Frill, yeah. So are we able to tease out?
Sure. I mean, I have no secrets. Rebecca, close your ears. So product, payment plans are on this way. I believe they are almost in test right now. So those are going to be
Yep,
here very soon. And also come join me in my sales tax party. Hopefully by the end of the year, we should have
we're
sales
working.
tax in
Let's say
checkout.
January. Let's say January.
Yes,
I want to give them breathing room. Dawn has been so aggressive on this one that like I
for
think
a
she's
long time.
manifesting an end of year. I do know this is a big one you all have been asking for, and I'm gonna let the team. I'm just gonna say maybe end of January is what I'm hearing. Oh, also, have we talked about Metapixel?
Oh, I think I saw a green light for staging today.
It might
Very
be. It might
soon,
be on the
like next
agenda.
week,
Many
hopefully
more
right
exciting
shortly
things to
after.
come. Yes, yes, yes. I think that's all. Let's not give too much more. I know there
Okay,
is more, but
okay.
I want to. We need to let the excitement build you all. You know how hard we're hustling back here. We've got a lot to do, but those are some big ones that we've been working on the marketing side at least already about go to markets for, among other things. Among other things, integrations. I need new integrations. Look, here's what I will say. D'Angelo, to the integration side, we are always entertaining conversations. We are always pursuing the integrations that you desire. That is Devin. Devin is like, she is the queen of this. You should have seen her on the road at the Canva World Tour because she was just like any opportunity with any brand that walked in the door that we got to meet. So while I don't have any specific integrations that I can hint to you all, I just want you to know, continue to vocalize those, continue to share those on Frill. And we'll continue to pass this along to Devin. I mean, honestly, she stalks all of those channels and is constantly trying to get that done for you all. So more to come, more to come. All right. I know there are a bunch more questions. I want to be incredibly respectful of time here. So what I will say is let's perhaps move some of these questions over to our Slack channel if we can. Anything that you feel was unanswered, any additional questions this might have brought up for you all, I want to make sure that you have those answers. In terms of timeline, so one question I didn't see, but I want to make sure everyone is aware of here, we will relay this in our recap. We are currently keeping all of the numbers that we talked about with all of you confidential for the time being. Our current goal, and again, this date could shift a little, but our current goal is to share about our pricing tiers publicly, what we're going to be offering on November 18th. So we, had a lot of folks that were just curious, what is pricing going to look like? And we want to be as transparent as possible. So we're giving ourselves a little more time to just make sure that things are fully buttoned up at the high level. And then on November 18th, we will be updating the landing page, the Bye Bye Unlimited landing page, with that new pricing. And you will be able to share what you know about that new pricing at a high level with your community. We'll equip you with all of that information so that you are able to share. Until then, I would say just hang tight while we make sure that everything is fully buttoned up, but we will make sure to get that to you and give folks visibility into that pricing. What I can say though is unlimited will remain the absolute best deal in the history of this company, especially as folks grow their list, right? So although we're really trying to strive to be accessible and bringing those entry level rates down, it doesn't change the fact that unlimited is a deal of a lifetime. And we know how many people miss out on beta that we still hear about on threads on a weekly basis. And so please, 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 make sure that folks know and they can have this opportunity to lock things in before unlimited is gone for good on December 1st being that last day before we transition to new pricing. Okay, with that, I just want to say thank you. Thank you all so much for being on the webinar and attending with all of us. We'll continue the convo in Slack. Thank you, Joe, for dropping in that link. If you need anything from us, let us know how we can best support you. And thank you so much for being a part of our community. We appreciate you immensely. Take care and have a great rest of your day, everybody.